to Hong Kong people, so they know who you are, how great you are. 出嚟我嘅老師嚟嘅，he's my teacher。我嘅Vajra dance 嘅金剛舞嘅老師嚟嘅，係佢喺尼泊爾。咁佢去咗美國咧已經20幾年啦嚇。咁喺嗰度咧亦都有尼泊爾嘅寺院。咁你見佢嘅着法咧係一個 lay priest 嚇，即係佢唔係出家人嚟嘅。咁不過佢已經退休㗎啦。咁咧就去佛法上邊係好豐富啦嚇，咁同埋係好重要咧，就係一個 practice 咧，就係一個 dance practice 啦嚇。咁所以我哋都係而家係喺 Zoom 上邊跟佢學習嚇。咁所以今日咧特別邀請佢啦。其實今次已經係好似第3次嚟嘅。That is the first time we have this kind of Dharma talk together, Bajra and me. He's our honorable VIP. Okay, maybe we can start now, right? Bajra, do you have any sharing with us? Did you repeat 1 or 2 things, say hello to us? Would you like? Bajra? I can't hear. You're mute.
Thank you for joining. I just want to give a thank you for Tina. Tina is the host of my lots of events in Hong Kong. They are located in Hong Kong. She also the coordinations in my Hong Kong teachings in Hong Kong. So she also teaching right now. We have a Hong Kong Sangha as a dance mandala Hong Kong. It's in Hong Kong. So she's been doing for almost years right now. And they've been learning from me with the dance and also the Dharma from past year. Well, I used to go there in the past 5 years. I was used to go every year, but because of the COVID, I haven't get the chance to go. But now it is amazing things happening because of the COVID. So it is, we all in computer, we can, embrace all the universe within your own home. So that's so beautiful. And also thank you for the Tina and the Tina Sanghas in Hong Kong to host these events. So, and will be so much benefit because, in the Hong Kong traditions, and we have traditions, it's so much common. Lots of things are common in the Buddha Dharma. And they've been there for long times, and we have been for a long time. So it will be wonderful because I'm not that much studies in the Hong Kong side. I study only my side, in Nepal only. So it is good for me, also the good opportunity for me to share and, to have actions with the two together. So last time we did it with Manjusri together, and this time it's Avalokitesvara. And next time we'll move on with the different things for the next time. So I'll say thank you. And so Tina will be the first presenting for 45 minutes. Then I'll take over for 45 minutes. And then we have any question. You have any questions after Tina presenting? You can ask. Then I will start it. So we can go a little bit over 2 hours. That's what's the whole idea about the 2 hour. But we can move on a little over 2 hours too. So we'll see if we have time to move on.
Thank you, Bajra. So we can start now. Let me share the PowerPoint first. Someone leave some message. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see.好啦，咁早晨各位，咁我哋咧就而家開始咧就係關於敦煌觀音與畫城 Avalokitesvara in China, Dunhuang we specify in Dunhuang, this part of China, the northwest part of China. You can see this picture. This is the Dunhuang. Actually, this very like a desert. So now, yes. Now, this morning I will share three main topics. The one is 千手觀音啦, the 1,000 hands and 1,000 eyes of Avalokitesvara. Maybe I can, from now I call Avalokitesvara as Guanyin, more easy. Guanyin. And then in Dunhuang, the cave, the third cave, we have a very beautiful picture of her or him. And another one is Zhang Daqian, a very famous artist in China. And another one, Wu Daozi, he's in Tang Dynasty, about 7th centuries. He's a great. So how great here is, we say that he is the painting sent for 100 generations. That means he's the most great artist in the past histories. So we see that here's a little bit summary about Guanyin. In the 1st century, Guanyin's sutras, and he already translated in Chinese. And then in the 5th centuries, many people know Guanyin. And the 7th century, from Tang Dynasty to Song Dynasty, he's still in appearance as male, have a veil. And then here, and then have a bear. And then in the 8th centuries, because the tantric come to China, this kind of tantric Buddhism, it's become like appearance as ladies. It's someone say like that, may not be right or wrong. We can just have as a reference. Okay, in China, we have a very famous slogan, say every family Amitabha, Guanyin of every household. That means very popular in China from very old centuries to up to now. Or always, even we are not, some of them we are not Buddhist, but our ancestors or maybe our grandma or mother, they all, many of them, they will, even they are not Buddhist. And actually, this slogan is come from this monk, the name of a monk. And then the original speaking of this slogan, the original text that is Amitabha of everywhere, Guanyin of every household. This is from Song Dynasty. Okay, now come to this map. Here's Beijing. Here's Xi'an. Xi'an is the capital of China for many dynasties. When come to Ming Dynasty and Qing Dynasty, the capital will change to Beijing. But before Ming Dynasty, that means around 15th century, before that, the capitals are always in Xi'an. And then from here, fly to here. Here is Dunhuang. Now it's fly. In the past time, is riding horses to Dunhuang, and then to the other countries. And down southeast, that is Lhasa, and then here is the Kathmandu, then Nepal. The route is like that. Now today we are focused in Dunhuang. We call this a Silk Road. Silk Road. Okay, this is Silk Road. Here is Xi'an, and then here is Guazhou, here is Dunhuang. Now we will come to about Guanyin, the picture in a cave. That's it. That picture is in Guazhou here. And here come. Here is Jerusalem. Here is Liu Dali. Okay, this is India. Here is Lhasa. Okay, now here in Dunhuang, a famous cave called Mokgo. Let's see, I need the English name. Mokgo grottos. Yeah, many caves here, and also around from 397, this dynasty to Yun Dynasty, that is the 14th century. Many people come to Dunhuang and do many sculptures and many pictures here. So these are around 1,000 years. So in different dynasty, different people come here. Here are many caves, 492 caves. And then the sculptures, the paint in colorful sculpture have 2,400. And then the pictures on the cave, almost about 45,000 square meters of murals here. So it's a very auspicious place. Is the collect with many precious Buddhist art here. I need to do many things. Okay, come here. Okay. Excuse. Okay, here. So Mokgo grottos also have another name, Thousand Buddha Caves. 千佛洞啊，因為好多佛菩薩啲畫像喺嗰度啦。Actually, who is the first one to open this cave? Here's a monk called Lok Jun. And then in 344 year, and he come to Dunhuang. I found here is a very good place, so he opened the first cave, and then and then after that, another monk called Fa Liang. He came also. He opened the second cave, and then from 344, and then many people open different caves for, and then carry on for 1,000 years. To Tang Dynasty, that's the Buddhism in China is very auspicious. Many people come across with Buddhism in Tang Dynasty. So Mokgo have this name of 1,000 Buddhist caves have this name, and also here's a collection of architecture, sculptures, and murals, and with many sculpture and mural painting, a world-renowned art treasure house here. 咁係一個係敦煌係一個建築啦、雕塑啦同埋壁畫三位一體嘅享譽盛名嘅世界寶庫，係一個咁樣嘅地方啦。And this comes in the history. In actually Buddhism from India to China, that is start from Dunhuang, that is the Han Dynasty, that is 25 to 220 years. This is this dynasty. Buddhism already come to China and bring lots of the Indian art to China also. And Tang Dynasty is 581 to 907. So here, now Tang Dynasty is the peak of Buddhist art in China. Okay, here the Mokgo grottos. And then this is inside this. This is the entrance of different caves. Now it's like this. And now, before we come to the 1,000 eyes and hands about the Guanyin, we have a little bit academic level to see who is Guanyin, who is Avalokitesvara. We come to the Sanskrit. 觀音點解我哋有時叫觀音，有時叫觀世音，有時又叫做觀自在咧？Why sometimes we call him or her Guanyin, sometimes we call her 觀世音, and sometimes we say he is 觀自在, 觀自在. Why? Because the name Avalokit, it is the name. The root of this word is to observe. Awa, that is look down, down, Lokita is to notice, behold, or observe. So one, that is observe. And then Sai, that is the world. Loka has this meaning, the world. And then Yin, that is sound. If it's spelled like that, this Savara, this is sound. So the translation will become 觀世音啦。But if the spelling is not like that, the spelling is like this one, it's Vara. You see the S is different, and before the S, here's an E, this vowels, and this is how the consonants. And if spelled like that, it will become Lord or ruler, this meaning. So the meaning is different. So which ones will you choose? We can't choose. We wait for the very famous monk in the Tang Dynasty, Zhang, a very famous monk. He under his translation, he chose 觀自在. He chose this one, the second one, Avalokita, and then Ishvara. So 所以就有觀自在. Just like we in our Heart Sutra, the Bajrapani, this sutra, inside that's the Chinese the translation that is 觀自在. Heart Sutra say that from the beginning 點樣背啊嚇？突然間唔記得咗。觀自在菩薩行深般若波羅蜜多時，照見五蘊皆空。所以一開始就講觀自在㗎啦，就唔係講觀音菩薩行深般若波羅蜜多時，因為就係玄奘法師嘅翻譯係選擇咗係觀自在。Zhang Daqian say that Lord who gaze down where at the world, that he gaze up all sentient beings in the world, and if you ask him, he will come to and save you. So, and also a little bit very interesting, that is these two words come when they join together, Avalokita and then join Isvara, it will become Avalokitesvara, E and S. Why is like this? This a little bit about the Sanskrit. The rules of Sanskrit here, the Santi. So when they join together, this R and this E, join it, will become the Guna, that is A. So the whole word will become Avalokitesvara. So if spelling like this, the Chinese translation will become 觀自在啦。So how about this one? We say, but in China, we always say, normally we say 觀音. Normally we choose this one, the sound, not 自在. We just in Heart Sutra, we use 自在. Choose this one. Normally we say this deity or this Bodhisattvas, we choose Savara, the sound. So here and then another page. Here he say that in actually the translation from the 5th century, we always choose this, the first one. This is about the sun. we choose Avalokitesvara. So normally we choose this one when here perceiving sound and cries, and then because he can perceiving our sound, we call her or we call him, and then he feel very touching, and then he come here and save us. So actually the text, the translation, this one is more older than Ashvara. Okay, now we come to 1,000 thousands hands of Guanyin. Normally in China we are come across the Mahayana Buddhism. 喺中國我哋而家係一般係大乘佛教啦，not the Tantra Buddhism. But actually in China we have Tantra Buddhism, especially in Tang Dynasty. 喺唐朝嘅時候我哋有唐密嘅，後嚟咧就比較式微啲啦，但係而家都有嘅。咁in Tantra Buddhism in China, we say here 6 Guanyin. We have 6 Guanyin. This the different name of Guanyin. One of them that is 千手觀音啦，其中一個咧就係 Thousand Hands Avalokitesvara of for short. This is short form. The long form is 1,000 hands and 1,000 eyes Guanyin. And the other 5 is here. Okay, here's different. They have actually why is 6 Guanyin? That is to 6 realms, different Guanyin to save different realms sentient beings. 6觀音咧就係救到6個6道啊嘛，我哋講有餓鬼道啦、地獄道啦、有畜生道啦嚇等等嚇，咁所以有對應唔同一道嘅眾生咧，就有唔同嘅觀音去救濟咯，打救佢咯，所以咧千手觀音 1,000 hands 觀音 he saved the who mainly saved the sentient beings from the hell. This is from Tantric Buddhism of China. They say like this. Okay, and this is, and later when in Tibet, from Tibet, the translation of 1,000 hands Guanyin's Dharani, here 1,000 hands, 1,000 years Dharani, and because of this translation and come to China, so we more familiar with this Guanyin from the almost I think that is the 8th centuries. Yeah. Okay. So in the let's see, in the one of the main Dharani, in English that's a Great Compassion Dharani. Here is who announced this Dharani. He said that it is said that Tathagata, his name is King Thousand Lights Life in Tathagata. This is the name of a Buddha. 千光王靜住如來. This Buddha, because he feel we are very suffering, so he passed this Dharani to Guanyin, and then Guanyin to pass the Dharani to us. This is from Great Compassion Dharani. From here. 喺大悲心陀羅尼經嗰度就講由呢位如來啦，咁就將呢個陀羅尼咧就傳授俾觀音啦，咁觀音大士咧就將佢傳出嚟啦，咁跟住咧 and then 觀音 have 發誓係咩啊？Make a vow, say that from then on I will pass this Dharani to all of you, and so from that period of time, he suddenly he have thousands arms, and on the palm of the arms have thousands of eyes because of his vows like that。咁因為佢發咗呢個願啦，佢要幫助一切眾生，所以咧就係突然間咧就生咗好多隻手啦。Actually, thousands of hands, that means he have many abilities to save us, and because we are many sentient beings, so he leads different kinds of methods to help us. And also when somebody and by that time he also want say that Guanyin, when he was in the first level, and when he heard this dharani for himself, when he heard this dharani, and he suddenly come to the 8th round at the 8th round. Yes, they have first ground, second ground, and then to the 10th ground, and then comes to be the Buddha. So it is very powerful dharani. 呢個係好殊勝嘅陀羅嚟嘅。This dharani I will share with the Hong Kong people on tomorrow. Tomorrow evening we have a workshop to write this and to understand the meaning of this dharani, and also to write the Sanskrit of this dharani. 我哋會抄寫呢個梵文嘅大悲咒嘅嚇。咁啊，所以有興趣嘅同學咧可以參加啦，仲可以報名嚇，快啲報名。Okay, now in Dunhuang it's like this one. This is the most famous auspicious Guanyin, thousands Guanyin. We cannot see it very clearly. This is in this dynasty, Yun Dynasty. Almost the 13th century to 14th centuries. 咁我哋叫經變 ，why we call it this is actually this is a picture. 經變 is this name is because the sutra is in words. Normally people can't understand because in the past time not so many people know how to read and write. But they can understand the story from pictures. So the monks, they draw the pictures on the cave, in the caves, so more people can connect with the stories and the meaning of that sutras. So this is called Gengbin, the transformation from the sutra. This kind of pictures is like this. Okay, and then actually this is made from tiny powder and sand and muras. Yes, and this is the original one, and this is more clear. This is from National Geographic, and so the pictures are taken very clearly. You can look at it, and then another one pictures. People say that it is like maybe it is drawn using ink and wash painting method to draw this. This different from the other caves, other pictures in the caves. This is use ink and wash painting method. Okay, in the picture also have some Asura, the flying goddess, and also have this god here also, and also another, the Lakshmi, also on the right hand side of Guanyin. This is left hand side, have this Vasista, this god. I don't go so deep in that god. So this is the Lakshmi. You can just look at the picture, will be very good. And some other protector here. This already fine-tuned. This pictures. And then this one. And also people say that they place here two goddess, two apsaras here, and two gods and goddesses here, and two protector here. This format, it is called really, that is the Dhatu. This is called Grappa Dhatu Mandala. This is like this. 喺胎藏界曼陀羅裏邊咧嘅結構咧就係咁樣啦。咁我哋有 we have a Vajra Dhatu Mandala and also Grappa Gosa Dhatu Mandala. We have two kinds of mandalas. So this is one of them. The format is like that. We have another picture on the mandala. The format of the mandala. Okay. I can. Okay, this is the Guanyin's mandalas. which is 呢個就係胎藏界嗰個嘅曼陀羅咧。呢個金剛界 this is the Vajra Dhatu Mandala. The form are different. This is in nine squares, and the form this one that means this one the Grappa Gosa Dhatu Mandala. That means this one. Yeah. We just have a little bit image on here. Okay. We don't need to too detail on the mandala. Warm rhymes for the warm rhymes. Please mute. So you can close up on the difference on that Guanyin, close up on his arms, I should say his arms like this. Yeah, some main hands and some to hold different different instruments, and we'll come across later. Okay, this is another picture. This in the third cave 3, and there's another angle, another shot, another shoot. Yeah. Okay, they say that the cave, I'm not familiar with this, but just have say that there's a pinhole holder and dark powder. You use this kind of method to draw the Buddha and Bodhisattvas in the caves. This kind of method. In the older time, ancient time, but the 1,000 hands Guanyin is not using this method. They're using painting. Okay, and also here say that he holds many things, many instruments. What are these? There are some of them are some of his arms holding Buddha, and some arms holding different things, some streams, some let's see, some chopper, and also some a piece of leaves. They have different power for some to give safety for us, and some of them to remove the fears and also remove the disease. So yeah, and then some of them using, he offers to get eyesight, and also some of them can get rid of the ghosts, etc. And then we have some of them holding the lotus. Some of them are holding, this is also this different kinds of lotus, that means purify our mind. And some of the hands holding the bow and arrow, that means to obtain the officials. And holding the bamboo, that means rich in resources. And also holding 波個井係咪啊？哦，井係咪啊 ？Well well well W-E-L-L 啊，井 W-E-L-L no。Well, this is for anyway. Some instruments for let us be more clever, more smart, and listen more. Okay, and this picture, this one is copy of that case, the whole case. This the student of art college. I say the student, they use 3 years to copy the whole case in and show in their and keep show and also keep in their college. Yeah, that's a very great project. And this is the professor and also the director of that art college in Gansu, very near to Dunhuang, this college. 咁呢個院長已經帶領學生用咗3年嘅時間去複製啦成個莫高窟呢個嘅第3號窟，咁就展覽咗喺佢哋嗰個嘅展館嗰度啦。And also other people do some artwork also. This Vladimir with that 1,000 hands Guanyin, and they do this sculpture. This is more than one, and this another artist to draw this. Let us so we can see his face more clearly. You can see many heads here. Maybe later we can come across why he has so many heads and what is the meaning. This is powerful one, and also he holds a Buddha here. Normally we say that Guanyin on the top of his head have Amitabha on his head. Yeah, Amitabha is his father in Mahayana Sutra, and also his teacher also. And how many hands of this Guanyin on this picture? So for this count, say that at least 700 hands in these pictures. And then some are very small, not so clear. Maybe really the artists in Dunhuang really draw 1,000 hands. Yeah, you can count it yourselves. But we can count the main hands now. Later, we just here another girls to make a great copy. He draws for many years to make a 2-dimensional Guanyin, 1,000 hands Guanyin. The same. This is the name of the artist of this artist. Yeah, he used the gold. I don't know whether it's really gold or not. The color is in gold. Okay. Okay, we count how many hands here. The main hand. Okay, we come from here and down up. This is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 20. Where is the 21? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. That means 42 main hands. And they holding different, some of them are holding not many things, just two. Here some instruments, Dharma instruments here. Okay, this close up. with some ornament here. Umbrella. This is the umbrella. This is another piece of work of the same artist. The girls we saw. Yes, two apsaras, the flying goddesses, holding muscles. Two apsaras holding lotus. Yeah, it should be this size. And then another one from the Dunhuang case. This one we lost it. Now is in outside China. This piece of work. Also 1,000 hands. These are pictures. This on a cloth. This not painted on the case. Yeah, here's Mahamayura here. This is Mahamayura. This is the god, the deity of Mahamayura. And then this is another waffle one, the protector. Here's his name. Uchimsma. I do not have enough time. Okay, we have see quickly. This the modern artists. They do some copy work. This is from our center. Somebody already got it. There's another tantric one. This is from Nepal. There's a very famous dance. Maybe many people come across this dance. You can watch this very auspicious, very touching. These girls, not only her, there's I think 24 boys and girls to give this dance in 2004. They are actually they are hearing impaired. That means they cannot hear. Yeah, there are some pictures here, beautiful pictures. Okay, then okay. Let me land from Pajor 5 minutes more. And very famous artist. He's born the year of born. He born in 1899 to 1983. Because of him, so we can see the Dunhuang's the painting so clear. He copied the painting. He stayed here in the case for more than 2 years and do many copies. He did 276 copies. Some of the pictures already wrote very badly. So because wrote badly, you can see under the first picture, what I can see inside there's another picture. So he picked off the first piece of pictures and then he can see the second layer to see another picture on the same place, and then he draw them, and then so we can see more. We can see more pictures now, and then we watch his picture. Now here is what he did when he was young with some helper. This is his work. This is the Guanyin he drew. This is also this. As we say that in this case come across 1,000 years, also have different style of Guanyin or Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, different style, different appearance. Here I just choose most of them are Guanyin. The other he also copy the other Buddha and Bodhisattvas, but I just choose Guanyin. This is also Guanyin. This is created by him, by Zhang Daqian. 呢個係張大千自己畫嘅。This is not copy from Dunhuang. This one was showed in 2018, and yeah, you can have a close up. And we click this another very famous artist in Tang Dynasty, Wu Daozi. He also draw Guanyin. We have one piece of work here, just one piece. We can see this one, and also it's the same one. This is another artist to copy Wu Daozi's Guanyin. You can have some compare with his work. He also have some of the very famous painting from Wu Daozi, Wu Daozi. This is 87 god and goddesses. There should be not. I think that's not only from Buddhism, also from mainly this should be from Taoism. In Taoism, there are many god and goddesses, and also this one you see. We are all Chinese. We know who he is. He is Confucius, our great teachers, our great teacher. Actually, this is the art piece from Wu Daozi. And also, Virmala Kirti, my PhD thesis is talking about his sutra. This painting is also from this great artist. And also, this is his art, another piece of art. Okay, almost the last word. This is another artist, not from him. This is from Zhang Daqian. Some people draw. This is from our center's students, Hong Kong people nowadays. This is from Elsa's work. And at the back, this is the Dharani, the Great Compassion Dharani. This is another students. Dunhuang painting that he have some. This is not copy. She did lots of new creation. This is from Zhong Yuling, another Yuling. The name of the student called Zhong Yuling. This is also from Zhong Yuling. This is from also Zhong Yuling. This is the already colored. Before color, this is in black and white. This is from also Zhong Yuling. They did maybe half years ago, I think. This is from Yun. This is from Chen Giling. Chen Giling, sure. And this is from Zhong Yuling also. And this is from Liu Yingquan, Ada. Okay, this is the last one. This is not Guanyin. This is just Guanyin, not from Dunhuang. But I like this one. This sculpture, so I paste it here. Okay, this is the last one. Thank you very much for your appreciation. Now we come to the second part. Pedro will give a talk to Guanyin in very special white Guanyin and red Guanyin from Nepal. Unmute, please.
Okay. Yes, definitely unmuting. Good. Okay. So as soon as you say the Guanyins, I just want to thank you for the Tina, Dr. Tina, about the incredibles and having that all the centuries back into the centuries and centuries go back to the, so very professionally done and very amazing. And so now I'm going to talk about the Nepal. Nepal is known for the way back because we don't have a history. History been lost, and the century been we don't keep in track of century. It's because in the modernizations of the newer tradition, it's been completely lost. So that's why it's not been that known. Okay, I'm going to pin myself so you can see me more. Uh, so, so it has been the lost tradition, so we don't have, but evidence is so in Nepal, is thousands and thousands, even like the before the Buddha. I mean, Buddha was the one who recommended to Avalokitesvara to invite to take care who need help in the world, or in basically that talk about the Nepal. So when we think about that part of Nepal, Nepal's been, Nepal have the first Buddha has been established with the Vipassana Buddha established the Swayambhunath, which means the self-origin temple. And then all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas visited that two temples to just to amaze to the Buddhas, like the 1,000 years traditions in the Buddhas. So, and also when the Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha came himself with his disciple in the history, so that 1350 monks and nuns, he brought it to the Kathmandu Valley, and he was explaining in the Kathmandu Valley, it's been centuries, before even him was there. So history in the White Machindranath and Red Machindranath, before White Machindranath, Red Machindranath came before, there's 108 Avalokitesvara in the Nyawa Buddhist tradition. And it still is still in the present day. We have 108 different names of Avalokitesvara and 108 different way of giving a compassion kindness. When you call the Avalokitesvara, so Avalokitesvara Lokeshwara, which means Avalokitesvara who look after you in a Sanskrit term when we using. But Tina gave a very good explanations about that. And now it's people call this, slow, it's a very short form, Lokeshwara, Loka Ishwara, Loka Ishwara. Loka means all, Ishwara means leader after all. That's the way. But in the history, so that way, they are the bodhisattvas. So they are promised to stay in the not getting enlightenment. So they stay. That's why they mostly Avalokitesvara is standing. I am here to standing for you, to help, to liberate. That's why they come out with the multiple arms and thousand arms. So there's a concept of the thousands arms and multiple arms and 11 different head. They have a conscious minds. It's like a Buddha's minds. They have they're the 13 steps of the Buddha's mind. They have that conscious with I have. So every person's need in the way up to liberate. So I have a different way to help to liberate everybody. That is so. Also, the other part of the Avalokitesvara, when we call the bodhisattvas, in the Lalit Bistra, they have I don't know how many bodhisattvas been mentioned in the Lalit Bistra. There's hundreds of bodhisattva is been mentioned, and among all those bodhisattvas, they have categorized in those bodhisattvas into the 6 bodhisattva. They have a 6 bodhisattva is the concept of giving the wisdoms to the all sentient being. They call the Manjusri Bodhisattva basically for the wisdoms and the wisdom knowledge. Somebody, there's a way you can stop this person.
I
these are so they categorize in those bodhisattvas in the 6 different way they can give a compassion, kindness, and love. And the whole idea about the bodhisattvas is the concept is they also call in the Nyawa Buddhist tradition, which is also the Chotu Brahma Vihara. Chotu Brahma Vihara is that is they are the bodhisattvas is the living in the joyful way, which is karuna, compassions, and living with the maitri, which is means loving kindness way, living with the sahajananda or mudita, which is joy and happiness way, and living with the birmananda, they also call apecha or samatha, it's equality. So they bring it that not to making confused, not making complicated. They're making very straightforward. So how to live in a happy way. So they will contribute whatever is needed to be contributed to make it this happen. And so among that all is they, as I said, like they divided into the 6 way of giving the compassions or giving the bodhisattvas, give the bodhisattvas way of transforming with this. So one is the Manjusri became as the wisdom and knowledge to pass on. And there's also the Bodhisattva, which is known as the Bajrapani, which is kind of really wrathful part. And that the wrathful part, Bajrapani, is to concrete any kind of the craziness or any kind of the not being right, which is some part really stubborn, like crazy. It will be concrete. Or any kind of problems it arise, they will be the concrete and a transformation happening. And then other bodhisattva is called Samantabhadra. Samantabhadra is living in the reality and the respect and honor. Whoever they are, respect and honor, that's his job. And give respect, give respect and honor, because we come with the different traditions and different way of our life. And we have a different minds and a body. So that's why we have to believe how it is in and then make it that in the respect and honor. So in that sense, like sometimes we have difficulties in the life, and if they give you the awareness for the people, respect and honor. And then the 4 number come with the Khagarba, the Bodhisattva. It is Khagarba Bodhisattva is to those people who's not concentrations, not focusing, not mind aids, not disturbations.
氣壯啊，講緊。之前講緊我有個叫金剛手，或者我哋叫大勢至菩薩。
Are you talking, Tina? Somebody? Good. So Khagarba is bring you that to who has been disturbance minds and who are in the little crazy in the mind. So for them, they give you the deepest understandings way of samadhi, they call samadhi jnana. So it's basically educations those people who can understand their own inner part of the body. So because everything's in the Buddha Dharma, like a cause and effect, how you react, it will be reflect in the same way. So the concept is to make awareness on their behavior and understandings that make them into a deep samadhi so they can get the connections with that. And then other Buddha, they call Kagana Gaja. Kagana Gaja is making the all the classes, like all the desire, all the hatred, all the angers, all those who's like wanting more and doing more and crazy things, those people so who's in there to cut through it or make it that meaningful for them, it is in the Kagana Gaja of Bodhisattva is. And then Maitreya Bodhisattva, who is in the past, like when we're thinking about our life, it's we move forward in the present moment and going more into the future. When we life we have done in the past, but whatever it is coming to the future, like whatever you want to do, if you want to success within your future, or if you want to liberate in your future, there's a clear way of showing the path. to make them enlightenment, make them transform into the Buddhahood. So those are the bodhisattvas. It is are giving us a more internal way of how they deals. That's why they have, they're like the many different people in the planet. When you're thinking about the many different people, they have a different way of thinking. They have a different way of, connecting and all. So for those needed those different way of deal, so they can learn more clearly in their path. So that is the why it's in the Avalokitesvara is manifested into the thousands arms and Amogapasas like a 12 arms and ratfuls and all the crazies, all the wilds, all different ways they have been manifested to the Avalokitesvara. And Avalokitesvara is even like a, so beautiful. They are like they created in the, I don't know, they created the dharani. They have many different dharanis of the Avalokitesvara. And among that and many other dharani, they also have a specific month in astrologically. Like they have the chant in each dharani for each month. And then particular the dharani is, they make it like the sounds like a chill chili chill chili lili churu churu huru huru muru muru hu hu pat pat padma hastaye swaha. That is like the sounds of the birds and sounds of the living, sounds of the wandering, sounds of the evil, sounds of the everything, cricket, all different things is in there to manifest it in our body to transform into the Buddhahood. So Avalokitesvara saw that way in the life as we are in the life in the present day. I mean, we have so much struggles in a life when you're thinking to the childhood to the up to the present day. We are dealing with so many people. We have so much upset and so much angers and so much hatred and so much unhappy. Those all different things. It's always happening as a human being. You cannot separate those things. So that's why it's like this Avalokitesvara, even simple dharani, is those things will becomes. And it is passed on. So you need to understanding those things. And without understanding, you cannot, liberations will be happening. So that is the other reason Avalokitesvara has been so important roles being played in the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas because of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Everybody easy to get the enlightenment. Everybody easy their life. Everybody can feels to move on their life easily. Because of that bodhisattva, because of the bodhisattva is there. And also if you read that is all the Lalit Bistra book. I mean, Lalit Bistra, for the Buddha to get the enlightenment, how many, if you go to the details about the Lalit Bistra, Buddha was like the fathers knows that he's going to run away. And so for the stopping the runaway, how he can engage with the samsara, with a beautiful woman and making music all around. And so they make it into the samsara. The father is thinking like he will be forget about the living home. So he will take care of this world. So because of the bodhisattvas, now you're having too much fun and too much enjoying. So, but you came to the world to liberate, to give understanding and true meaning of the life. So you should not move here. So, and then he took it somehow Bodhisattva arranged to took him to the tour. So he have a realizations how people are dying, how people get sick, how people get old, how people are in a meditation. That's four different things he saw in the tour. And this is all like when you see that way, it's like it's naturally happen. Oh, it is Bodhisattva's role they play. So he have awakenings, things could be happening. So that's why he take the tour and then make it this happen. And then he get into that path to get enlightenment. So That's, and also in the history in the Newar, there's a Sristikanta Lokeshwara. There's also the Madda Avalokitesvara, it's also say. And it is in the say, because of the Bodhisattva, he is the one who manifested everybody. He is the one who told to everybody. Even like every little part of his body, it's manifestations to help the other sentient being. And those are who is helping to all sentient beings. They said like the sun and moon arise from their eyes. Avalokitesvara eyes, two eyes, one from the moon, one from the sun. So one eyes give you in the bright light, some eyes give you in the soft light. So making the balance of the life is from the Avalokitesvara eyes. And then they say that like and the mouth came with the wings god, and then Netika, the nose with the smells, and the what I call sensibilities come with the Mahadeva, with the Sivas come from there, and the teeth come with the Sasudya, with the Saraswatis come with the teeth, and the shoulders come with the Brahma, and the hands and the feet come with the god of Indra, come with that. And the chest come with the Narayana, which is also the Vishnu, came out from there. And and the belly comes with the snakes, with the who is the god of the snakes come out with there. And then the belly buttons come with the fires god comes with that is. And the knee comes with the kubera, which is give you into the wealth, and the what's called the right knee come with the kubera, and the left feet come with the lasmi, which is the wealth and the money. It's come out. So they talk about like Avalokitesvara is the one who created to the world, and also the history. When they come to the Nepali history, when the Buddhas came to Kathmandu, he wanted to know about that. So where is Avalokitesvara? So Maitreya Bodhisattva asked the Buddha, tell me the history about where the Avalokitesvara lived there. And he was like, why he's in the Kathmandu Valley? Why is they make it that this chariot festival? So Buddha basically telling to the Maitreya Bodhisattva about a clear explanation and a history about back in the old days, once upon a time, there is the king there, which is called the Echemala, which is in the Echemala, it's recognized that one, it's about I don't know, Echemala, it's about a beginning century, that period of times. And then he was ruling the countries, which is so beautiful way. So everybody's like so fascinated, and all god and gods started coming to the place, and then they also came with the death god, which is called the death god, which is what do you call Akala? No, when you die, they took it to the dead god, like who's died, and forget that name, that god.
Yamraj.
Yamraj, yes. Yamraj also came there. So when the Yamraj came there, Yamraj like he's like who want to see what is going on here. Like, wow, I want to take homage to the Swayambhu. I want to take this place. It's a holy place. So he came there, and as soon as the Eche kings knows that, wow, this Yamraj coming, I want to capture him. So then he invited to Yamraj to the palace, and keep it in the palace for the invited for the lunch for the palace. And then like he about to finish the lunch, and he about to go, no, you cannot go. I need to get the blessings. I need to get a bless. My blessing, I want looking for a blessing, so you can, if you don't give a blessing, I'm not going to leave you out. You are the god after the death, so you have to give me blessings so I can live without a death for entire life. And say, I am not the blazer, you know. Yamraj say, I'm not the blazer. I'm not doing anything that way. I just want to check it out. My job to people who doing good or not good, who did good things, we send it to the heaven. Who not good thing, it's going to the hell realm. That's my job. No, you are the death of the God. You have to give it. And then he decided like, okay, there is somebody living in the Tushita Bhuvana or the heaven realm or the Pure Lands, and I will invite him so he maybe can give you the blessing. So he invite basically Avalokitesvara from the heavens. And then he came down and then he asked the same questions, king asking the same questions. And then he made it like with the life, no one can die. So basically, but this king is so stubborn, so crazy. He's so stupid in one side, but he's running the so beautiful kingdom there. So he made it, Avalokitesvara made it that its way like, okay, there's a river there. There's the other river there, Bagmati, Bismati, and there's also the other palm is there. So you need to take it every day to take a bath on those places every day. If you don't every day, if you do it, then you'll not be dying. That he say. And he blessed that way. And he was so happy and get it there. But in the winter, who's going to go to take a bath in that river? It is so cold, you know. But he gave a blessing, so he ran away. And then he got so happy. King is living in the same way. And that is the history telling by the Sakyamuni Buddha to the Maitreya Bodhisattvas. And since from there, Avalokitesvara, it was pleasure that the kings Yechimala built this the Janmadya, which is the Avalokitesvara temple, white Avalokitesvara temple in Kathmandu. And since there, we need to be honored, we need to be respect. So he's the one who's giving us to the liberating. So let's make it the bless to the world. So they made it the festivals. So I'm going to share some of my pictures with this festival picture. See this picture. This is lost from Nepal. I don't know, somewhere else. When you think about the Avalokitesvara chariot, this is about 70, what is that? 67 feet high, 65 feet high. And this is white, it's like a 4 feet high, it's basically, and then there's layers. It will be created in here, you can literally see with the 5 Buddhas and good move one. Basically, it is like a stupa sign. It is give you the 13 step up, which is the way called the Tribudasa Bhuvana, which is once you get into Tribudasa Bhuvana, I may talk because it takes a little long time to talk about this Bhuvana is Bhuvana. So liberate. So once you get to liberations, and once you get to the 13th step, that is you reaching to the Buddhahood and Buddha land. That is the concept with that. And then if you see there, you can say the Indrayani, Varunani, Vishnu, there's a written the word here. Who are those peoples who came from all different world to create this stupa. And then it is like the 108 Avalokitesvara around here. They have 108 Avalokitesvara is been around. And then if you see here, priests need to make it sure that is moving, smoothly and move forward. So this is the priest doing the ritual. Still in the present day, if you're going to see that in a Nepal, the people still does the ritual. Without the ritual done, the chariot not being pulled. So let's see, this way it's not. Okay, sorry, this I didn't. I'm not good like a professional like a Tina, so I don't have all detailed speed. So this is only the photo. So they made it like a layers after layer. They always have a 13-step layer. And so if you see that is, they make it without nails, without what do you call that is, without any metals to use. They made it what's called straw kind of, with made out of the rope with that. So, So they make it this amazing, and they have a Gucci in a Kathmandu Valley or in a Patan as well. So they have people are in the governments give you a certain amount of money to create this chariot and build this chariot. And so they carry, and then they took to all different place in the Kathmandu Valley. The idea is to bless everyone's. And the process of this chariot, it's not easy. Like the priests who are in this priest traditions, they have a very strict rule. Anything's wrong, they don't do in this the samay or stay in the rule, they will be problems in their life. So they has made it a special rule for them to be take care. And so that's need to be, they are in a priest, you're not allowed to eat outside, you have to eat in once a meal, so you have to be deer, you have to shave here, you have to do rituals in 3 times or 4 times a day, and those are the rules they made it. And this is in a pattern also, so they made it, it's rapid rounds with the roll rounds. You can see in the old painting, same way, people from the different part of the peoples are coming to make it this. There's a pattern, they have other histories about the patterns. The patterns have other history about how they went to the Bandhu Datta, the one who went to the Kamarup Prache. It's far away from the mountainside. He brought it to the Red Machindranath, and then they have a debate with like their fightings about whether where should we keep it, this keeping there, this keeping there, or this keeping there. So they divided and they made it landed in the patterns, and they made the history like, okay, one day I want to pull out from the certain part, and then it is considered that it's the Kathmandu Valley, and then second day will pull out from the other part. They do in their peoples, and they even like a king send the sword to honor the Avalokitesvara, and they call that is the Bhaktapur part, and then Patan part they sell themselves is women's doing the rich woman pulling the pool. So you will see this, how high, how it's like a 65 feet high, this tall. And you can see that in wheels, it is also wheels. Also, they have many different consider 4 wheels. It is called the Protection Deities. Wrathful Deities is considered, and they need to, I don't know, they need to have lots of ritual. Anything happens with this chariot, they consider that they need to be, because of this wheel, it's a problem. So they make always the Chema Puja, which means the excuseness with this wheel. And those are the chariot, so beginnings of the chariot, every object they use, Bajracharya priests have to be doing the rituals for that. And this is from the Kathmandu, so you can see that in the elaborate flowers and elaborate things, they've been put it there. And then they bring it down out for the chariot. But before that, they usually keep it into the site of the temple. They give the bath, basically. But it's considered that they also give you the, I don't know, renounce, what's called renounce, how you call that is redirect. Basically they call that like let's see, called dasa karma. They call dasa karma. That means they do the 10 different state of rebuilding energy, or repowering the energy. So the priest, you can see that it's a priest, it's here. They pour, and then they paint it, and then they dry. And anytime they dry outside, it's have to be cloud, and it's been cloud. Anytime it is like it's outside to take a sun bath. Avalokitesvara taking sun bath means that it's in the cloud without in the sun. So that's been still in the present day. They choose with the particular lunar calendar. It is still happening, and the priest always performs. You will see that it's always performing in a dance. Dance also the part of the every rituals and every traditions. We have a dance, singing, and dancing is always happening. So they pour and make it this meaningful. The priests have to be rule, and then they repainted all everything. So, and this is the place which is the Avalokitesvara place in the Kathmandu Valley. And before, usually this bar is not there, but since it's been stolen, lots of things, and lots of treasure has been stolen, so they made it the bar, so no one can. Now it's like in the night they cover with this. Normally this was opened, when I grew up. So it's not long ago actually they keep the bar, and also the lots of statues and lots of the statue have like the prisons, like they tied up with the big metal those days. It's look like all like in the prisons right now, because lots of things have been stolen. It's a sad history about Nepal. So this is the other place. And then also there's the other Avalokitesvara here. They have a they call the Srishtikanta Avalokitesvara. That's also, they have a written inscriptions there, which is I mentioning to you about the manifestations of Avalokitesvara. That's actually inscriptions from the one of here, stupas from here, that one. So this is the other side. You'll see that how elaborate and amazing Avalokitesvara. And this photo is not good, but these are the 108 Avalokitesvara. Used to be in a painted versions, painted. Now they took it out, that paint, and then rebuilt with around, somebody donate actually money to create carve with the brass in Avalokitesvara, with 108 Avalokitesvara. Those are the Avalokitesvara you can see. They have the returns. You can see multiple and multiple things, in 2 arms, in 8 arms, and 6 arms, and 12 arms, all different arms. So that's the other side of the Avalokitesvara here. And this is the front of the Avalokitesvara temple in the white Machindranath temple. So there's lots of stupas and lots of, I don't know, those days, like people are offering to the pigeons, hundreds of thousands of pigeons are living there too as well. So monk and nuns, all the different religious people are coming. It's just like also the tourist site in the present day. And I don't know that it's in the heritage site. They didn't quote it in a heritage site here. So that's the, when the chariot it's happening, the priests have to be shaved. They have to be wearing a certain way. They have to be fasting. So they carry with complete decorations and then bring it to the chariot. They also make in the small chariot they carry. After that, from the Bihara, and they come out, they keep in the chariot, and then they carry with the chariot and put it into this chariot. And there's thousands of people. Any day, also the history, Sakyamuni Buddha say that anybody's come and see, just to see to Avalokitesvara, you get a benefit. So whole entire, not only whole entire country, sometimes they attend there for that, to see in the chariot. And this is the map in the Kathmandu Valley. It's only the 6 days.
John, excuse me, we just watch one pictures only. We can't watch another pictures from you. Did you showing many pictures?
Yes.
We just watch the first one.
I'm showing picture. What
yeah.
happened?
Did you showing many pictures?
Yes, I've been showing.
But we can't see. Maybe you go out, stop sharing and go in sharing again.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And share again.
Okay, not this one. I should. So you don't see any pictures what I show you?
Just that one.
Just one.
Only one.
You say you just
Oh my
so
God.
it's one.
I'm so sorry. Wow. Wow, nobody mentioned that. Whoa, that's crazy. Wow. Okay. I've been showing all the pictures with all the how.
Why normally you know how to share pictures? Where are they?
It is already sharing site. So I took it from the sharing site and it came with this. So that's what I was talking about. So those people, same like an old picture, it has been to, community. with a guti, they call it guti, different part of the people are coming, helping, volunteering, always in this. And then they bring the cedar from the trees and then pad it with the tree. And then the, you know, even like this wheels, it's been like the most important in this chariot is a wheel. So people are honored and respect, and puts, you know, before chariot goes, every object they use for the chariot, they use to honor and do the ritual. The priests need to do the ritual. This is the Avalokitesvara. So they took it out from, and then they give it to the bath. And they have a mandala inside the stupa, inside the bihara itself. And then priests give you bath, and then chantings and prayings, and then dancings, and then doing dancing, singing. That's need to be part of that, the part of the initiation. And then they do the dasa karma vidya, give a life in, and you know, after taking bath, so give a life again. And then so they took the bath, and they reestablish the energy. So they repainted everything. And so this is a temples, which is in that different site. You can see this place.
I'm not seeing anything but your face, Prajwal.
Still?
Even now, as you're talking, I'm not seeing anything.
Wow, wow, wow. That's the crazy. What happening here? Okay, let me see. I am just lost what I'm doing here. This is supposed to be open. Okay. Now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't see these.
Okay. This is how they, you know, made the construction. So those are the, you know, I mentioned that all around. So, and that's what they make it, the 13 step. It's like the Buddha's head in the Buddha's time. So it is giving the 13 step, and people are making with the rope. It's not like the rope you can buy. They make it themselves with that to create this, and tied up without nails and without any. So they all rope tied. So the winds, it is, you know, so people are working for a whole month for that to do. Maybe Guti, are they call also the certain type of peoples in a certain part, they're coming to make it this. And it will be, even like it's treated so far, it doesn't break. It's many times it's happened, anything's happened with this chariot, like it's a hit to the wall. So that will be this, give a symbol. They're going to make it, basically they pull in a so narrow street, and it's just give you. So this is the ritual they need to do. Every object they use, they have to do the rituals before and after. So, and this is Avalokitesvara. So they take it out, they give a bath. That's I say again, sorry, I have to repeat again. So dancing and singing. So that is happening for this. And a giving bath and a reconsecrated again. So give a rebirth, reprint again, give a dasa karma, give it the 10 different way of initiating again to give a life. And then they took it. This is the temples of the Nepal. So where you can see that, you know, before they didn't have this jali, the cover, that was stolen. Lots of things is stolen from there. It's the thousands years old, you know. Now it's all the Buddhas, even like any corners of the Buddhas here, they have like the prisons. They keep it the big the iron piece to hold it, so people cannot take it away. So that's and this is the Avalokitesvara place. So you can see that is thousands of Avalokitesvara, 108 Avalokitesvara been Kita coppers paint, what's called. Before it was the paint usually hang. Now somebody donate to create this, so they will be permanently stay there. So those are the 108 Avalokitesvara have been around in that area. And this is the other side of the stupa. And then I was mentioning that all the manifestations the happening. This is one of the stupa has the quoted in the scriptures. It's been written that one. So that's the manifestations of this Avalokitesvara will be transformations. So that's is happening. This is the front of that Avalokitesvara temple in Kathmandu Valley. And you know, there's monks and nuns, all the pilgrimages, they usually comes to this place to be honored this place. And this is like a really, really highest, so those are the monks, whoever the priest, they have to be really good rules and regulations. So if they did any mistake in their rules, there's something happening in the family. So it's very scary. Also the other part, if you just take a water from there, if you need like a problems in any house with you have ant problems or mosquito problems or fly problem, if just sparkling water, it will be clear. So they get it out from and then keep in the little chariot, and then they take you to the big chariot. So the chariot where it's made it, so it is about a 5-10 minute walking. So where the temple is, so they have to create this chariot, and with the musical band, so they go to keep it in that chariot place. So, and the chariot pulls, which is not far away in Kathmandu. Patan was like a 1.5 months. It can be taken for 1.5 months, but Kathmandu within the 6 days, it's completed. One place they stop, there's the certain destination, and that's the area in the back in the old days. It's more popular, more people are living that area. And so this is a small map that's called the Jamals and Rani Pokoris and Asantol's and Janabaha, the Halmandwaka. There's the place name they go to and then end in the place. And then they have then when they're pulling the chariot, like the people even stay in that 765 feet high while it's a chariot, it's been pulling. I mean, amazing that how the chariot has been moving. So thousands of people, every single person have to be there. That's a concept of the, honoring. And also if you get a darsana, that means you get into some kind of like a spirit energy is passed on to you. So we are there last time, so with the Khons and the Koreans, actually, my students, we went there. And it's very amazing how they make it this is like a break. Also, this is like the turning point, how they make a turn, the wheel. So they know the thousands of people pulling, it doesn't have the break, doesn't have anything, like people are wild, people are young people are carrying, pulling, hundreds of people are pulling that. So there's no break. So those people are in front and back. They make it this transition, how you need to switch, how you need to make it. So they make it the wooden block. If they make the block, that's what they're blocking. So along the road, there are really concentrations. They're doing a very concentration in this chariot. And also the other part, the Kumari, living goddess, have to be present when the chariot will be pulled. So blessings by the living goddess. So they bring the living goddess in front of the palace to be. And then there's along the road, they have a singing and chantings and all different things are happening there. So then Patan is a long one. Patan is like they take it to the long route and then make it for the long period of times. So Patan have a history. There's a kings in the Patan. It's a very, they have the drought. It's a 12 years not been rain. And then there's the guy came there to sit there for he was thinking that some things he's going to get a blessing because people are talking Avalokitesvara will become here. So there's a guy came there, sit there, and then the history saw that he was sitting in 7 nagas. And so every rain, it's been stopped. And he was doing a sadhana for and nobody knows. Then one Bandhu Datta, who is a Bandhu Datta, also in the Kathmandu Valley, the priest, the great master or enlightened master, he see that as he's blocking. So he took out the one snakes and moved forward. And then they see that it was what is the blocking, what we needed. So they went to so far away with the kings and one of the farmer from Kathmandu Valley. They went so far away to bring it that Avalokitesvara. And then when they did sadhana, there's also the funny histories about that, the Avalokitesvara is transformations as the what's called that? It's a bee, like a bumblebee. It's just like a big giant bee. It's need to be transformed into the vessels. And then the vessels, before the vessel transform, then king have to be covered that. So Avalokitesvara will be in a vessel. So they supposed to carry. And when the bee started coming, and king fall in sleep, and he doesn't wake up. First time, and then the bee get out, and the second time bee get out. Third time he doesn't, like king have to be kick like with the feet. And king was so upset, like how dare this priest can kick me out, and he want to chop his head. And then be like a bee there, and then they carry, and then they brought to the Kathmandu, and then they didn't know where to keep it. This Kathmandu, this chariot, this is the one. The so this is the rate of Machindranath they call. So he doesn't know. And then wait. So after that, like this, then they bring into the oldest man, so maybe they can hear from the oldest man. And the oldest man say that, well, you are all involved, you should be shared with this. And so they divided this chariot into the 3 different cities, Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur. And so, and this is the place where it is living in there, in a Patan area. And now look at, see this, all the statues in every temple, they keep in a cave, like a prisons. That's what they do, because it's all been stolen. So in Nepal, it's a sad history. There's lots of things been stolen. So, and that's the other chariot. In Patan, there's a 2 chariot. It's 1 chariot from there, 1 chariot from here. So they pull together in Nepal. So they also have a strict rule. So that is the front of the gate in the Avalokitesvara chariot, right of Avalokitesvara leave. The other side photo is not there, and that's also the same way in there too. They have to be give a bath. They have to rebirth, giving a rebirth, and carry on to the rituals they need to do. Repaint it again. It's made out with the clay, so they have to be specific. The we call that a chitrakar, that the artists have to be bring there to paint, repaint, give a life, and carry. So that's the so in the Patans area, they also the Natha Parampara, Natha systems. There's a what is his name? Like there's the guy. He's a Natha. He brought he has some things to do with the chariot, because he's very powerful. So he did the 12 years of sadhana, and then he want to get the power. So as soon as Avalokitesvara came there, he was like the honoring. So Avalokitesvara decided to have, let's make it this together to honor. So that's why it's the other one, the right Avalokitesvara. In the same way, they're making a process with this, and also the royal families have to be, royal bands have to be present there. And in a big 4-star, the charity star. So royal, and there's also all the local music and musicians are coming on the street to play. And they carry from the Patans all the way to the, what's called that is, keep forgetting the names of the place in the Kathmandu place right now.
Jaulakhel and
Yeah, Longinkel and Jaulakhel. Okay. Yeah, Longinkel and Jaulakhel. So everybody's been attending. So there's a 2 chariot. One is a small chariot. Small chariot is considered that will be the cleaning the pathway. And then the other chariot with the Avalokitesvara come along with that one. So, and the first day, which is considered, as I say, first day it's considered for the Kathmandu Valley. Second day it's considered for the Bhaktapur, and they also have the king's sword. Still, they bring it to the honor, presenting as the king. When they pull the chariot in the second day, they usually keep to the into the chariot. And the third day it's considered that the Patan day. But Patan day, they only women's allowed to pull on that day. So they don't allow for other people, just only women to pull. And you can see that they have also the guti, they have a elaborate dress. So they only make it that in the back in the old days, everybody's allowed to pull, everybody allowed to do. Now they make it that because a lot of house been damaged, lots of things is happening in the past. So they make it this distinguishing people's to make sure that is they only the people so who are in the community or who are in the guti. That's why you see that in the dress, they give you the same dress. So they are in that protection, so they are in the volunteering peoples for this charity. So you can see in that way. So, and they leave it there, when they are in the living that period times. So, I mean, they, after they done, they usually bring, and they stop one place, third place. So whenever they stop, that area will be the whole relatives they need to invite. Every home they have a festivals in there, and then they also do the butterlands offerings in the night. And then that days, like wherever they stop in the night or days too. So whole entire neighborhood, they have a big parties they bring in. So that's also the other they place too. So when they turning, it's not easy to turn. So people just pull straightly, so it can be hit. So that's why they're making this, and so whole idea, even in the rain time, so they have to be pulled. So you can see that as how many people are pulling, hundreds of pulling. They like one person is shouting in the hey, pull 8, pull, it's just amazing that you can see that. And it is a little scary too. So if they hit, if you die, that means you are blessed. That's also considered. Pull, they pull sometimes so hard, who knows, they got to slip and then die. And that's what's the holy things they do. So sometimes they have a different group in a different part. So they also make it, they call it Chelavu. Any place they stop Chelavu. So now it's my turn, our turn. So what are we going to do, make it this better? So people have a different way moving forward. And every home, every house, every windows is already packed. They always invite all the neighbor, their relatives to what's all close neighborhood also be part of. And also in Patan also same way, the Kumari have to be present there. It's the part of, and you can see that is how narrow. How narrow street they will pulling. You have to be really careful. So those people are, mostly people who pulling, they say they're completely drunk. So they just want to be fun and happy. So, and that's why they are the people who is making that. And, if you go there, it's like 1,000 people shoutings and, music, and it is a while you can see this. So. And the people's everywhere, it's the music and, playing the song. So you can see that how treated. So, it's still will be surviving. You can see in the people are even sitting in the top. I mean, they made it that way. It's like, in the scientific, they have a 10 degrees earthquake. It could be happens, but they made it this chariot, how trip it will be happen, but still it will be okay. So that's it's a beauty about that. So they still in the top, they usually keep the mantras of the Avalokitesvara mantra. They also Om Mani Padme Hum, it's in there, and the flag of the Nepals and flag of the Buddhist flag they usually keep around there. So, and people have a lots of fun when they are stay in a certain area. So whole neighborhood, there's like a big festivals happening there in the city. So, and then end after the music band, the royal music band, they need to be guns shot to the sky. It's done today for the day. So that's end of the day, they make it that every day they pull, they have to be present. And then after that, they have to be make sure this is won't be stopped today. So no more pulling. That's what they do. But in Kathmandu, sometimes people are so naughty, so they want to be their neighbor. So when they pull out, they don't want to. They just pull the rope and run away from the rope, hide the rope, and they make it that in a stop in between anywhere. So that's just like people are trying to make it that, well, if we are in this place, it is like a benefit for that spiritually benefit. So that's what they do. And they could be hide for the days in this rope. And in pattern, it's slightly different. So patterns they have to be pulled out in this, they need to astrologically correct timings. They look for the correct timing. And other part in the patterns, there's also the Boto Kenigo, which is the end of the day, the royals, families, the kings and the queens have to be present there and be present that part and be honored. So this Boto is the considered, is also the other history about this Boto. Boto means the inside vase. It's all the diamonds. This vase, I don't know, original vase they call in London right now, in the museums, somewhere else. This vase is the Naga's vase. And the histories go with the Naga's vase is like a Naga's wife have a little problems in the history. So, and he's looking for the Baidye, which means the doctors and the medical doctor. And then he came to the Nagas, came to the earth, and then he get the Baidyes, and he took it to the queens, and then the doctor did a certain thing. It's a cure, and the Naga's like, what should I give it for you as the present? You are my saver. So he give it this vase, which is completely diamonds, like $1 million diamonds in there. But somehow it's stolen. They made the copies and they sew this way. That's the tradition being continuous. Royal families will be there. And then what happened that it's in the, this Baidye, it's like when he working in the farmings, he wear that he get a little what do you call, little sweaty. So he take the side and he doesn't know that's how valuable this one. And someone stole and run away. And it's been lost for a long period of times. And then he decided everybody come for this Avalokitesvara Chariot Festival. I will go that as where that I will grab him and make it this is I will claim. So literally someone came with this vase to there, and this guy, this is my vase, and they got a debate and fight. So now and then okay, how you get this? What is happening? So they decide to keep okay, nobody owned that one. This is now owned by the Avalokitesvara in pattern. And so for that to see this, then royal families have to be comes to see this vase in a pattern. So, and at the end of the day, as I say, there's thousands and hundreds of people are burning the wicks, burning things that honor the Avalokitesvara. They have 100 butter lamps and 100 different things. This is always happening. And then concept of the vessel, I'm trying to explain that vessel is the design that's still in the present day. People invoking the deities, bringing the powers, they invoke in the vessels. And some vessel like a giant vessel like this. This is silver vessel. So they bring in the whole powers in there and carry on. And this is also the other part in the Kathmandu Valley. There's 4 giant temples based on the Avalokitesvara. There's called the Nala Avalokitesvara. There's the Chobar Avalokitesvara, and that's on the white Avalokitesvara. But they are 2 white Avalokitesvara, 2 red Avalokitesvara. They have something connections with those 4 Avalokitesvara. They also have a own chariot festival in a particular day. But white Avalokitesvara chariot festival will be happening within 15 days in the Kathmandu Valley. And next month will be in the patterns. That's happening. So within 15 days, actually, is this Kathmandu Valleys will be happening right now. So that's the other Avalokitesvara in a Chobar and Nala. One is called the Chobar, one is in the Nala. It's 2 different, little different towns, those places. So that's the same image, but at different angles and different timing. Whoever that is the host or whoever the pujari, they honors in a completely different way. And also those are the ornaments. people been honor and people been respect. Once you get a dana with these ornaments, and it will be fulfill your wishes. That will say. And we talk in the class sometimes like if you give the generosity, which we give the necklace, it's like your generosity will be fulfilled whatever you needed. If you give the crowns, you have the conscious minds and the awakening things happening. If you give the earrings you will be more patient with this. If you give a belt, you have a more tejatic energy to move forward. If you give an ankle belt, you will be more in a discipline. So people in a different times, a different year, if they need to wish some things, people come for to offer those ornaments. So they have always piles of the ornaments been pilings with all silver. And every times they occasionally they make this happen. And this is the the different Avalokitesvara, which is one of my brother's painting. But this is the Padmanabheshwara, dancing Avalokitesvara. I'm trying to say there's also the Avalokitesvara with the Chintamani Avalokitesvara, or sometimes in the not Amogapasa, forearm Avalokitesvara they usually calls. And sometimes like they hold the wishful jewels in here. So that means wishful Avalokitesvara is being considered too. So, and you will see that is in the histories in the 9th centuries and 10th centuries, there's many statues in Nepal, but those are, I got it from the stolens, and now it's somewhere else. This is you can get in the web page called not web page, actually Facebook page called the Lost Art of Nepal. There's hundreds of art has been lost in Nepal. So these are like the century old statues of Avalokitesvara. So you will see this like they've been there century past, and every Avalokitesvara they usually have a Amitabha Buddha. So they come for the pure lands. Also, Tina mentioned that it's about it's a father of the Avalokitesvara. There also the other part, like the Avalokitesvara's job is to bring you to the pure land. So it bring you to the liberations into the pure land. That's his job. That's why they so in like, I am here for you to take you into the pure land. So that's considered that. Then other Avalokitesvara in Nepal, which is very uncommon in any other country. So this is the line. They also see sometimes with the snakes too. This is called Hari 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 Bahana Lokeshwara. So they have this is the Vishnu, and this is the Avalokitesvara. And the top one is Avalokitesvara, this one is a Vishnu. This is the Garuda. And then they say that like they have snakes and the lions, and they start fighting each other. But basically the Garuda and the snakes, they fight each other. And then like why they fighting? They eat each other basically. So Vishnu comes there like, oh wow, this is not happening. They should be honor and respect. So they pack up each other. So who is the, they honor each other, they respect each other. That's what's the soul. So that's also other, it's a loss from Nepal, which is the other statue, same thing with and that's also the statues in the old carvings in Nepal, same statue, same thing, Hari 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 Bahana Lokeshwara. And then so this is also called the Avalokitesvara, Wheel of Life. They also have our own histories about this. Avalokitesvara's job is to liberate everybody. So one day he got tired. Wow, those people are so amazing, so wonderful. I should liberate everybody. So he liberated, his job is to, whoever done in a good job, to liberate everybody. But he liberate everybody within, try to liberate all the whole world to liberate, because he thinks that, oh, this is so cool. Everybody is so nice. So they should be not hanging into the samsara. So they all should be liberated. So he started lifting this art. Then he couldn't live. He couldn't keep it down. He couldn't live. So he screams. He became wild. And this is the samsara. So beware with the samsara. That is the teachings about the samsara based on that. Now, if you go to the life circle, it is about the samsara. And if you go to the raga dvesa more, the samsara is in here with the ignorance and hatred in here. Then you come to the dark side in it. Then you come to the 6 lokas. Then you come to the 12 independent rise. and I could talk, but it's take a little long. And then it's in the earliest day, as we talk about the bodhisattvas, this is the Bajrapani Bodhisattvas. This is, I think so, it's like at the earliest day. Bajrapani, wherever the Buddha is there, Bajrapani is always behind there. And this is my one of painting. So when you see that is the Bodhisattvas, Avalokitesvara they created, they always added like the wisdoms, common deities as the wisdom part. So this is the Bajrapani. This is one of my painting, and let's also keep the Naga kings of Nagas came to honor the Bodhisattvas. So, and you can see that many Bodhisattvas, many different ways. And and those are the Bajrapanis in the early stage, like at the 6th century, 7th century Bajrapani. So these are the Bajrapanis in that period of the times. So because they hold the Bajras and the rope. So now is the more in the 11th century, 12th century, they became Bajrapani like this, the Bodhisattva Bajrapani. And also not even like in 19th century, even this created in the Okubaha, in the patterns, they call, but this is the Bajrapani, but it's like the completely like Avalokitesvara. So, and that's why I was talking about the manifestations with the Avalokitesvara. Those are the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara in each eyes, each loads, those came from there. So this is the created statues as Avalokitesvara is manifestations of Avalokitesvara. And this is also the other painting you can see in the Bhaktapatan museums, national museums in Kathmandu. Okay, so you can see that it's like the sun and the moon is there, Shiva is there. Each part of the body is around here, which arriving. That's also this is 1837 paintings. So, and then I mentioned that as each day, each month is each Avalokitesvara. Kartik start from the October in here. Those are the names of all the Avalokitesvara. So that's, I can say those. So basically my conclusion is Avalokitesvara is the great compassions, and whoever followed the Avalokitesvara, whoever prayed the Avalokitesvara, whoever chant the Avalokitesvara, you will be calm and relaxed, and it is easy way to go to the Pure Lands, which is Amitabha Buddhist land. And that's the other reasons in a whole entire Buddhist practice in the Mahayana Sutras and the Theravada Sutra, or even in the Vajrayana tradition, they've been honored Avalokitesvara as the inspirations, as the motivations, as the, to liberate whatever you needed to liberate your body. Avalokitesvara are the people who can liberate us and whatever you have in the conditions. So practice the Avalokitesvara, recite the mantras of the Avalokitesvara, visualize the deities of the Avalokitesvara, it's make you completely transformations. And so that's why Avalokitesvara has been centuries and centuries and centuries in the history. So because of that, it's been there and it's still there, and it's still going to be in the thousands of years. That is the Avalokitesvara. So Avalokitesvara have a incredible manifestations, and that's why in the present day, whoever like the great teachers like the Dalai Lama, it is also in Nepal, they consider that he is the manifestations of Avalokitesvara. So Avalokitesvara like who give the compassion, kindness, and loves, and generate other people's. This is we call the Avalokitesvara. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Time is also I'm going to ask the questions answer right now. So anybody have any questions or any, please. And also not only me, Tina also, if you have any questions for the Tina or me, please ask the question. So
you can ask in English or ask in Cantonese also okay. I will translate into English if you have. 我應該用中文講 I need to say it in Chinese. 你有問題可以用中文問，咁我用英文係翻譯翻嘅嚇。Any questions？有冇問題啊？ any sharing also you can you have some feeling or any experience and also, yeah. But in short.
So, Tina, I have a question for you.
Welcome.
Let me turn my video. So in your presentation, that all the historical facts you have gathered from the Chinese literature, right? From the 6th century or 7th century. So those are the time you have mentioned. And then how it went to China, because what I heard from the historical point of view, so most of the text from Nepal, it went to Tibet as a gift to the Princess Brikuti. So it happened in 500 years, 500 something, at the century at that time. So is it possible that all the manuscript went to China from Tibet or went to somewhere else? Is there any way you can find, you know these things or not? Because you mentioned only Chinese literature, but you haven't had a chance to look at the literature from the Tibet side, because most of the text from Nepal went to Tibet with Brikuti as a princess for the king Sosun Gyampo. And at the time, so I was wondering maybe from Lhasa or from Tibet, it went to China. So that's why it was spread out in most places. So this might be my assumption, but may not be true. So do you have any comment on this?
As we know from Tibetan history, we say that this king, we have two queens. One is from Nepal, one is from China, and married that king, Tibetan king. So
Yeah,
they
true. Yes,
should
yes.
be in the same centuries, the 8th centuries. Yeah.
Okay, so white Tara and green Taras.
Yes, this right. Yeah, right.
Okay, that's good to know that, because mostly is originated from India. India came to Nepal, and from Nepal it went to Tibet, and from at the same time, because the king Sosun Gyampo has 2 wives, so that's why it also spread out in China area and in Tibet by Okay, now it is clear to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome. I have a question to Prajul. You just mentioned about at the first beginning, you in your talk, you show that Avalokitesvara's eyes, sun and moon, that's from which deity, which god, and some shoulder is something from Brahma, and also chest from Vishnu. They are all Hindus god.
It is, yeah.
So what's the connection with Buddhism and the Hinduism in Avalokitesvara? Would you like to explain a little bit more?
Back in the old days, Hinduism, Buddhism are not there, they are like they are in the same way. Let's see what happened. Oh, okay. Did you see me? Oh, I don't. Oh.
We can see you.
Well, back in the old days, it is like a Hinduism and Buddhism, even like a Buddha, it's a Brahmins, they usually called. So history goes back in the old days. I don't know where this came from, how this came from. And according to the Hindu traditions that the Hindu doesn't have fathers and mothers with those Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So they say that in the history, they are the creator, they are the destroyer, they are the user in the history. And somehow that in the New Buddhism, that's the same what I saying the history, that 60 Kanta Avalokitesvara, they have a book on the 60 Kanta Avalokitesvara. And that was that's the history came from that. He is the one, Avalokitesvara is the one who created those peoples. So, and that's one same thing in the descriptions, it's in a Avalokitesvara temple in the Kathmandu Valley has mentioned that descriptions about long time before, but I don't know, it doesn't have a dated when is that written there. So somebody made it this and make it this into the book and make a meaningful way. And that's the first painting, first roll of painting. If you look into that painting, it's also so that like how many deities and how many deities it's need to become to what do you call the part of the Avalokitesvara, but part to honor the Avalokitesvara. They have all the deities have rise. And then other painting, which is about 600 years old painting we have, that is when the Buddha enlightened, then when he come to the Kathmandu, they also saw that Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaras, Kuber all came to honor the Buddha. So history showed that like they are always supporting to the Buddha Dharma, but somehow later on, whatever's happening, in they want to be the higher, and then the high monarchies come there, or they make it to the higher, they're making low, and then they making the reincarnations of the Vishnus, for 10 reincarnations, they make it all a different history. But I don't know where the history it is true or not. We're not talking about the thousands. I'm not like I'm just to see that it is Nepal history has been written on the book and talk about those things. So so that I can say. But I'm not the historian, I'm not the scholar, so finding all this, but it is literally quoted that this came from this stupa. It has been quoted that written there. So, and that's the paintings, you can see that it's like 1800. That's also the quoted with this, all the paintings, if you see the sun and moon is there, and all Brahma Vishnu around there in Avalokitesvara standing. But in the Hindus, they make it that this is not Avalokitesvara. They have a different name for that deities. But it is same statue. You will see that it is come from the different, deities around. So.
Maybe
There's
one
one.
day, if you can show this picture to us, it's interesting.
Huh?
If one day you can show this picture to us, then it's very
Did
interesting.
so to you. Again, you want to
Oh, no,
I
we
like
can
to-
see the picture.
Okay.
Show it again. Can you?
Oh, that's okay. I mean, you already see that. So, okay. Any
So
other question?
one more comment from my, when the king of Patan, like Siddhi Narsingha Malla, and then he had a dream. So he had the dream and he went to see the Krishna temple in Patan Darbar Square. But when he was visiting the Patan Darbar Square Krishna temple, but he saw the statue of Lokeswara, Avalokitesvara at the time. Somehow he was amazing. So either way, whether Hindu or the non-Hindus, so it's the same figure. But when the Hindu people go there, they look at into like a Hindu goddess or god. When the non-Hindu people go over there, they look at the Avalokitesvara. So that means there is no discrimination in between the two religions in Nepal. That's what we call, it's like a blending of two religions come together, then become the Nyawa Buddhism. So that's how it's.
So, if you go to, I don't know, Pasupati, who have been to Nepal, they will know that it's where the Pasupati, where the Hindu temple, it's the biggest Hindu temple. We just had a Shiva's birthday celebration happen. And that temple is behind there. There's so many Buddhist statues and so many Buddhists. It's been like a century it's been there in that statue. And they just came out in the news the other day. So I can show you. Oh, I was also planning to share with a little video, actually 2-minute video actually on this. Okay, anybody have any question? Please go ahead.
The best example,
Go ahead.
The best example is, the Muktina Temple. So both Hindu and Buddhist worship together.
Yeah, lots of temples. It's been worshipped together in Nepal. So
yeah.
So this is this is in the 1955. How it goes with this? How to make it this bigger? How to make this bigger? Forget that. So this need to be copied somehow. Copy videos. This is what's in the 55. It's a just amazing. See it like in the how it's been charted in the Kathmandu Valley. Cinema space for the central surrounds in the charity of the in the process in the country. Festivals. But there's a lots of videos. If you type it to the Machindranath, in a YouTube, you can find so many videos after those days. Everybody's having videos. What?
Your video, yeah, okay.
Okay, sorry. I mean, there's a lots of videos, so I just feel like wow, this is the oldest, days, like 70 years old. This is amazing to see that, yeah. But you can find
next week your announcements.
Okay. So, who is making this noise? Okay. Anybody have any questions?
But before the questions, maybe Dale or Prajoy, you have so announced about a network conference. Would you like?
Yes, the Dayadai is the president of the Newar organizations in the Portland here. Also, Nepal Associations in the Portland. Also, he was the vice president of the Nepal's here too. So maybe he will announce. Let him announce this time. So next week in the same time. It's also a free link you can find in my webpage as well. So.
Okay, hello everybody. One more time, namaste, and then good evening, good morning for everybody who are here. So next week, same time at 6:30 our Pacific time. So we are organizing a 2-hour program called the World Newa Day. So this is the 4th one, and we will give you the historical fact, how we started, and then how it is going to be continued. And then we have spread out the word for everywhere in the world, around the world, that wherever the Newar people are living to celebrate the World Newa Day. So same way in Portland, Nitya Mahabhyara, because of the pandemic, we cannot come together physically, but we'll be doing the Zoom as like this one. So we will be celebrating World Newa Day, the 4th one. So please come and join with us. So we will have a lot of not only this kind of dances, also the local folk dances, the reading the poem, and telling the story and some cooking demo and then all these things. So all about the Nyewa people, all about the Nyewa heritage, all about the Nyewa festival. So we'll talk about 2-hour program. So we have invited